train that they scarcely moved after the lights were out. If the nights were quiet, the days were not. These were obedient children, and for the most part well-behaved, but they were still boys, given to pushing, poking, and shoving. Nor were they above teasing. Charles had searched for his tie yesterday, only to find it looped on the door of the girls' car ahead of them. As he sat down and opened his Bible, Charles breathed a prayer of thankfulness for Matron Daly, who had overall charge of the 25 children in their care. 8 of the boys and 4 of the girls had come with her from the Briar Lane Christian Children's Home in Pennsylvania. Charlie had been relieved to discover she was a lady who understood and loved children and was able to direct the activity of a trip like this. As agent for the placement program, he was willing to watch over a group of sleeping boys, but the daily care and discipline of the many young ones was best left in Matron's capable hands. Charles leaned closer to the window to take advantage of the early light and discovered that his Bible had fallen open to the book of James. The first verse to catch his eye was most appropriate. Pure religion and undefiled before God and the Father is this, to visit the fatherless and widows in their affliction, and to keep himself unspotted from the world. To visit the fatherless. For over a year, Charles's job had been finding homes for children who were wards of the state or who lived on the streets. Each month, coaches, called orphan trains, were attached to railroad cars going across the country. At each small town, the orphans were lined up in the local church or town hall, and people in the area were invited to choose a child to take into their homes. So far, no child had been returned to the streets because there wasn't a place to live. Folks in the West had opened their hearts warmly to care for the children whose lives had been hard and lonely. Across the aisle, Riley Walter sat up and folded his blanket. At 15, Riley was the leader of the group. The children respected and liked him, and he did a lot to keep things running smoothly. Charles smiled at him. "Good morning, Riley. I guess it's time to rouse the troops, isn't it?" "Yep. I'd better see that they get washed and brushed before Matron comes in, or we'll be in trouble." "Come on, guys," Riley called. "Let's get ready for breakfast. Move along now." There was a rustle of activity, and heads appeared over the backs of the seats. Another day had begun. In the girls' car, Shawla O'Brien was assisting the little ones with a hairbrush and a soapy washcloth. Her no-nonsense approach to tangles and grimy faces was met with cries of protest. "Ow! You're pulling! I've got soap in my eye!" "Hold your head still and your hair won't pull," Shawla advised calmly. "Wait until you're dressed to look out the window." "Where are we, Matron?" Betsy asked. "Are we there yet?" "We're there, all right," Matron replied, "but I'm not sure where there is." She peered out the window at the moving landscape. "It looks about the same as it did before dark yesterday. Here, sit down and put your stockings on. It's time to get breakfast. The boys will be ready for us in a few minutes." Matron Daly gazed fondly at the 10 little girls busily preparing for the day. She was grateful for Shawla's help. The 12-year-old had come with her from Briar Lane, as had Betsy, Alice, and Millie. The other 6 had joined them in Chicago, along with 7 boys. Only 4 of the children, the Coopers, had been requested by a family before the trip began. As she watched Alice putting her new belongings in order, Matron knew she would miss the Cooper children more than any of the others. She was especially attached to 9-year-old Ethan. His concern for his younger brothers and sister was as great now as it had been when the little family arrived.